Hospital Porter's pride and dignity. Stop the New World Order. Welcome to Herpanmo TV. Welcome to this Oxford Graffiti 16, the 16th video in which I show you the interesting mural, street art and folk art and graffiti around Oxford. I'm going to include a couple of shots actually from, you'll know them when you see them if you're a regular, from my Oxford Canal video as well, because I picked some up when I went to Jericho, so check those out too. So I hope you enjoy it. So I could include in my Oxford Graffiti video. Very nice to illuminate the lettering. Anyway, so oh, what we got here? Something more from my. I'll probably copy these things to my graffiti video. Oh, look at that, eh? That's nice, isn't it? Look, a water vole. Yeah, there's water voles along here. There are voles. You see them occasionally. They're quite rare now. They've been killed by the mink as well. The grey heron, the water vole. Look at that. It's a lovely portrait of a kingfisher. It's like a photograph, isn't it? Isn't that lovely? That's definitely one for my Oxford Graffiti video. Look, there's like a children's picture. That's nice, isn't it? Oh, that's nice. Ducks and dragonflies and swans in a loving embrace. That's lovely, isn't it? So I can hear a train in the distance because the railway's just over there. Oh dear, here I am at the Rose Hill Wreck, and they got rid of one of the trees. That's a shame. There used to be a lovely tree here. It happens, I suppose. Rest in peace, tree. Here we're on the meadow again, and we have Bauer Tree Surgery Limited. As you can see, Travis Walton is hard at work over there. And over here we have the device so beloved of Apollo believers, the wood chipper. We have some more here. See, there's a cherry picker. They're obviously trimming the twigs. And this is the old NASA believers machine again. And look, Tree Tech. It's a different company called Tree Tech, but they're doing the same thing. They're obviously doing a lot of forestry around it. Maybe it's connected to that. It might be connected to that tree stump I saw actually on Rose Hill Wreck. They're basically going around the entire area, just trimming and felling like sick trees and stuff like that before the springs. Okay, we're at the famous billboard here, the famous with a bit cut out where the England thing used to be, and the Rose Hill football thing, that mural. It's now gone. You can just see it actually underneath the whitewash. It is coming through. It's just pushing through under the whitewash there, but this has been covered over, and then there's a new design being created. It's called A.S. Birdman Murals is making this. A pigeon with earphones on, and a man who appears to be dropping something to feed him, although by the size of the pigeon compared to the man, I think possibly the pigeon will eat him instead. But this is clearly a work in progress. It's literally just a bit. I was literally here yesterday, and this wasn't here, so it's something that's been created in the last 24 hours. And no doubt, you can tell because it's all the whitewash that there's going to be more added. So we'll keep an eye on this placard for a while and see what appears. It looks like they're doing something else now. These are the Bar Hill people. I think they're removing the gate. They're digging something up. I think it might be the electrics. They've got like electric wires and things. Go past and see, but you can see what they're doing over there. Oh, this company is called Big Red Scaffolding Limited. Oh, hiya, hello. Big Red. Anyway, I'm not finished yet. White men are evil. It's a lovely morning. I've actually been talking to that lady there who's walking her dog. The thing when you walk dogs, you have loads of conversations with people. She's a nice, quite attractive lady, actually. It's a good dating strategy, dog walking. Look at, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a light haze of mist above the ground. It's not real fog. It's not thick enough to call it fog, but it's only about 6 feet high. But you can see it more in the other field there in the distance. As always with fog, the further away it is, the thicker it looks. It's like a kind of nebulous vapour in the air. If someone was standing over there in the distance, I would look the same. I'd look like I was surrounded by like a nebulous cloud like that, you know. So, and the sun's shining. It's not raining. Yay! Hey guys, I just realised something. You remember me showing you the Tartarian garage in a previous video? Well, just opposite is a Tartarian door. No, I don't know if that's... This is also at a higher... You see the difference in level there? which means that there may have been a steeper slope in Tartarian times, because obviously they're not on the same level. Now this is odd. This is something called United Living Property Services. Probably something to do with these flats here. Look what its symbol is. A Mobius triangle. This is an impossible shape. The reason it's impossible is because if you look at it, run your finger along the surface, one of the surfaces, you'll find it only has a single surface. You'll come back to where you were when you started, which is impossible. It's physically impossible, yet it exists. You know the artist MC Escher. It's worth looking at his little sketches and things, because they're really, really cool, because they use these impossible shapes and impossible images, impossible structures all the time. Go on, you just look at what I just found sitting on this wall. Blimey. Do any of you actually know what this is? Is anyone, surely some of you are my age or older? Yeah, this is a record player. We're playing a record. What's a record, Ben? Can you imagine iTunes on a black plastic dinner plate? Got it, kids? Okay guys, here's a new graffiti meme that's only just started. Not the genocide thing there. It says it's Tuto. You see there's 6 lines all saying Tuto, and I've seen other Tuto written somewhere else. I don't know who it is, but it's just a meme that's breaking out because I've seen Tuto several times, this word just written. I don't know why. I mean, it's Italian and it means everything in Italian. That's all I know about it. And maybe someone's name, or maybe making a point. But it's like the quack meme and things like that. They just break out now and again. There it is again, with an exclamation mark. Well, get a load of this. This is L2CV. Don't see many of these. Look at the stickers they got on it. All like 2CV fan club stickers. Look. Pause and see. Look at these. 5th International Meeting of 2CV Friends. Look at that, eh? De Chevaux, yeah, the 2CV De Chevaux, the 2 horses, Citroen 2CV, yeah. 2 horsepower, that's why. Look at that, man. This is really old. Look at that, isn't that lovely? It's got a modern mobile phone there. No steering wheel. That's the best way to stop it getting nicked, I suppose. It's got a new registration, but yeah, that is classic old Citroen 2CV. How about that, eh? Okay, something's going on here. It looks like we've got another crashed UFO. It must be that, mustn't it? But anyway, there's this thing here, which is like a digger that's been used as a diversion post, and then you see the orange light of the warning light ahead. So something's going on. I'll soon find out what it is. If there's anything interesting, I will capture it on camera. Behind me is an unmarked police car. In other words, it's like a Q. I think they call them Q cars. Which they're not white. They don't look like police cars, but they have like they're secret police cars. Because that guy's just been pulled over for not wearing a seatbelt. His van driver. And you probably didn't see him there, but the lights go on and the siren goes. You only know they're police cars when the lights go on, the sirens go, because they're tinted windows. You can't see the guy inside wearing a uniform. So yeah, I mean, is that good or bad? Is that sneaky or not? I don't know. As you know, I mean, I've had little brushes with the law myself. I mean, my last graffiti video, and yeah, it seems to be happening more and more. It seems to be more and more happening. But I'm generally, you know, I'm concerned about the general trend of politics at the moment towards greater internationalism and authoritarianism. The fact that whenever the police stop you now, they always ask you if you've got ID. And as I made a joke with the police who stopped me, papers please. And that's kind of like a. So whether this makes any difference or not, I don't know. Hey, we've got a flood here. Look at this. Look at this. Look, I've got my Wellingtons on. Look at that. It's lovely, actually. I quite like it. I like the waves. There's a standing wave there. It's really cool. How do people with the boats manage? I mean, the boats will be alright, obviously. But how you get to and from them, I don't know how. Okay, we've got a new design on this wall. This is where they had the Free Palestine. Free Palestine is often written there several times, but look. What the hell does this mean? Looks like Enochian or something. Is that a script in a foreign language over there? I don't know what it is. There we go. Strange. Look at this. Look at this flood water. This entire field here is actually a big meadow here. The entire thing is covered in water. It's sort of leaking over the. It's actually stopped now, but it was leaking over the pathway, the towpath here. Look at that. So we have this huge meadow here, and with water. Now, if it gets really cold, I mean, well, it's unlikely, but you never know. Hopefully, it will freeze over, and people skate on this. They did it a couple of years ago. I came down here. I mean, I think I might have showed you. I filmed it. I put it in one of my earlier Oxford Graffiti videos. That someone was skating on this. It gets quite thick. I mean, it was safe enough. I mean, it wouldn't fall in. The water's pretty shallow anyway. But yeah, amazing. See here, this is where it's leaking through. Still leaking. There's still this overspill here. It's gone down an awful lot. But that standing wave is still there. It's really lovely. It's a beautiful thing. Hey guys, this is the Divinity Road LTN barrier. You see people have decorated it, the Divinity bollard. They put some plants in it. This is one of the oldest in Oxford actually. You can see where the bollards used to be there. They still have the option actually maybe returning the bollards at some point. But they've replaced physical barriers with these, so it says except for taxis, licensed private hire vehicles, and of course things like emergency vehicles, dust carts, things like that. Moving traffic enforcement in operation, yeah. And there's Tuto, he's back, saying what he thinks. And there's Tuto again. And you may wonder how they do it without the bollards. Well, I'll show you exactly how they enforce these things without the bollards. Or not enforce them, as the case may be. But this is how they do it. Have a look at this. Big brother is watching you. Smile, you're on candid camera. Yeah. What was it used to say on Edge Media? Watching us, watching you, watching them. Yeah. That's how they do it. These automatic number plate recognition systems on there, and yeah, on that very bland street light, which apparently those street lights are coming in everywhere, and you know, more ornate traditional decorated ones are being turned down in favour of these things. And you may wonder what's that sort of like disc halfway up. That stops you climbing up to smash it to bits. And of course, I don't recommend that. I don't advocate for that in any way, by the way, just point out. Disclaimer, in Minecraft, etc. But I suppose the reason they have a disc there is because barbed wire would be just socially unacceptable. It'll make it too obvious what it was for, I think. Yeah, and some of these items have been vandalised, I should point out, yeah. Just like the bollards were dug up and things like that. But yeah, that's the latest news from the 15-minute city, the world's original 15-minute city. Pilot scheme for the entire country and eventually the world beyond. So yeah, I'll let you know if there's any more draconian regulations coming, or Oceania becomes our ally and we start war with East Asia. I'm on High Street now. This is an unnamed shop here. I don't know what it used to be. Look, they've decorated it for. And there's the people who did it. KCR Oxford. This is beautiful, isn't it? It's really nice. Floral display. Yeah. I don't know, there's something used to be there. Maybe something new will come into here, I don't know. Okay guys and gals, we're at Bill Clinton's Willie again. I've actually come to Oxford Station. I'm not travelling today, but I decided to buy a ticket for a future journey because I probably won't have time when I travel tomorrow. I'm now just going to go in there. Just curious to see how the spaceship excavation and manoeuvring is going. I don't know. Or maybe they're just going to leave it here. Like maybe it's too. Was it Ross Coulthard said? It's too big to move, so they build us a building around it. So maybe they're going to do that. Apparently it's in South Korea. All right, so it's pretty much the same as last time. Yeah, the entrance is over there. Just how if you want to get to Botley, you've got to go that way. If you want to go to the station, you just go across here. So that's how it works. So it's got way closed at the moment there. So yeah, but it's on the other side. I think it's open. Alright, it's going to cross over here. And it's there, see? Over there is where it was before. I think this is its 4th year now, just these building works. When it's over, no one will ever drive into Botley that way again. We're too used to going round it. So I don't think people ever use that road again. You know, we get into habits here. Look at that, my eyes are watering. Anyway, here's the station. Okay guys, well I'm out earlier than usual today, so I'm going off somewhere later. It's only about like 7:45 in the morning. And look at those chemtrails. There's Z for everyone's asleep and they can't see it apart from conspiracy theorists who know about these sorts of things. Yes, conspiracy theorists are kind of the backslappers to the normies, really, aren't we? Yeah. How horrible. But we've got another boat sunk in the floods. Usually on this river we lose about 1 a year. It's a pity that. Yeah, that's what it gets like sometimes down here. It's horrible. What horrible weather we've had. This one here looks like it's been on the riverbed for a while. These barrages are designed to spend fuel oil and other bits leaking from it. Yeah, so he's taken the windows out and everything. At some point someone might raise it and scrap it, but it can't really be fixed, I don't think, actually. Well, it shows how rarely I visit the city centre. Every time I come down here there's a new building, and this wasn't here last time I was here on Oxpens Road. Well, this isn't Oxpens Road, this is, I forgot what it's called. I don't know what this is, it's like something made out of Lego? That's what it looks like to me. Is that a Union flag I see there? Oh, racists! Racists! This is snow. It's actually snow. Let's have a look at it. Yeah. This is the only snow you're going to see in Oxford this year, but look, it's real snow. No, it's actually more like solid ice. You may wonder where that comes from. Well, I'll show you. This is Oxford Ice Rink. It's basically scrapings off the ice. Yeah, I'm very into the Winter Olympics this year. I'm watching it on a catch-up, and I may not be able to catch it all because it's only available for a month. It's ridiculous, but I'm watching as much of it as I can. I don't know what that is or who it is. It looks like Jeremy Corbyn. It's probably not, because this is the Side Business School, the same place where Bill Clinton's Willie is. Slightly bigger than, probably twice life size. It's quite alarming actually, because it's so huge. See this man walking past, it's the scale. Okay, guys, well this little portable gallery here has changed. Now this side's still the same, if you remember from previous videos, but on this side, I'm sure this wasn't here last time, correct me if it was, but we have here of course Supergrass. They call me Lay. There's these psychedelic cows here. It reminds me of the Magic Roundabout. What's the name of the cow? Ermintrude? A pink cow with purple spots. Someone had to be an acid head to make that cartoon. It's like Yellow Submarine. That's cool. The Supergrass, of course, famous local music act. And I think that's really good. Oh, that's one of their album covers. And here we have, we have the Charlie Veitch trigger fodder, don't we? Oh, this is absolutely disgusting, and I am totally pro-Israel, or I pretend to be, because the Palestinian protesters are so much easier to wind up to give me content for my channel. Sorry, I've done an entire TikTok video which is like a comedy along those lines. There's that there. Now if you come around here though, it's just, this is the same, it's exactly the same design. And it's all about, it's a post-COVID thing, this is something. Oh, there's that stencil again, do you remember that? It was on some walls with God, all things, a possible blessing to all. I think that's an imam of some kind. Yeah, good thing. That's interesting. Okay guys, this is bad news. I've just found this in Oxford Mail. February 24th, 2026, which is, says here more than £86,000 has been spent on the removal of graffiti in Oxford in less than a year, with one councillor calling it depressing. Street cleaning is the responsibility of Oxford Rec Services, which is some horrible private company. God. Oh dear, it's one of these contractors, bloody hell. You know, medically, I've told you all about that in my Syntheos video. And it turns out this is how much it costs to remove the graffiti. And when we say graffiti, it doesn't mean things like this. It may well mean some of the beautiful folk art, which I have taken time preserving. Another good reason to do that. I mean, how do you distinguish one from the other? Councillor Nigel Chapman, Cabinet Member for Citizen Focused on Services, says, "We take the issue of graffiti very seriously. It's an antisocial and unwanted activity which disfigures our beautiful city." Well, disfigures bare concrete walls, really. Yeah. ODS, and it says ODS is responsible for removing graffiti from council properties. No, it's not. ODS is responsible for taking council taxpayers' money and spending on itself and doing as shoddy job as possible to make the difference. And it says here, we encourage the public to report graffiti. Oh yeah, let's report. That's what I'm doing in a positive way. How much money? You can see how much money it is costing. Labour councillor Susanna Pressel. Oh God. Susanna Pressel was my teacher at school. I actually met her a few years ago. Well, it was a long time ago when I was a hospital porter. There was a NHS. There was a special event at the town hall to mark the anniversary of the NHS, and I met her and spoke to her. She didn't remember me, but yeah, she was actually Lord Mayor for a while, and of course Labour councillor, says it all, doesn't it? Oh yeah. I'm not reporting any of this stuff. I'm not reporting any of it. Again, there's obviously different levels of artistic merit in graffiti. I understand that. But how do you distinguish sort of scrawls like this, which is obviously, this is quite lowbrow stuff, to some of the beautiful artwork, the true works of art that I have identified and recorded in this project? It's a very strange car here, as you can see. Looks like it's grass growing all over it. It's actually not real grass. It
doesn't need much washing because in this country...
Is it real grass? No, it's real grass.
Really?
No, it's not. It's real grass. It's got, look at the soil underneath it.
Yeah, no,
wow.
It isn't. You can't pick it. No. Anyway.
It's real. That's real grass. Wow. This is really. It reminds you of the grass in Indian Wells where the contact in the desert was. But look at it. This is weird. This is a weird. What's inside? It's normal. It's like a normal car inside. Never seen anything like that before. Oh no! What's happened here? Look. I don't believe it. I just walked down here. I'm walking down here, down this alleyway. You've seen this many times before. We're walking down this little pathway. This is just in like Donington, Oxford, and the fence is gone, and then they cut down all these trees. All of them. Oh no, you know what this is about. I mean, I've brought this up before. It's the pathway, it's the cycle path. Great, it's the cycle path. What they do is, I've told you before, there's this idea to create a cycle path that goes all the way along the edge of this field here and comes out here. The thing is, the cycle path is only 8 feet wide, and they've created a gap about 20 feet wide. I'm really sad. This is really sad. This is really awful. I'd say this cycle path, the idea for this cycle path was invented by a bunch of fucking psychopaths. Anyway, here you go. Oh, you count the rings on these trees and see how old they are. I mean, some of the older ones are still here, I'm glad to say, like this old beauty here, but as you see, some of them are quite mature. I mean, count the rings on them. I don't think you can see the rings very clearly. You can see by the growth rings. Let's see if I can see a couple of them, maybe guess the age of the tree. Can't really see much, there's too much lit on top of it, but probably quite a good number of decades old. And so why do you need to clear this huge space here for a cycle path that is just like, it's supposed to be 8 feet wide? They've cleared like a space of 20 feet. I'm not a cycle path builder. I make M paths myself, but seems a bit of overkill, doesn't it? Literally the overkill of trees. And we have here some more of these symbols. Now, I've shown you these in previous videos in this project, and it looks like some kind of strange language or code. It is actually a code of sorts, it gives instructions to road menders. It doesn't mean much to me, I don't know what it means exactly, but if you are one of the engineers who fixes these roads and does the digging and the resurfacing and things, you know exactly what this means. It means don't be surprised. What's going to happen is when I come back here shortly, there probably will be work going on here, and there will be new types of, there'll be some changes made to this area, so check that out. I suppose I should have amused glance. Women against the far right. International Women's Day. Celebrating great anti-fascist women haters. There's bad spelling. There is actually a hyphen between anti and fascist. Joined from evening speakers spoken on plus music. That's some chickens. The community work Park End Street. Join women's block. Yes. White men not allowed. Keep the evil white men away. Disgusting creatures. Hey, look at those daffodils there in the middle of the brambles. I'm sure there's something symbolic there, right under this lovely old tree. But I think that's a. Is that a cedar? I don't know. But anyways, those lovely daffodils, and I thought I'd capture that for you. Look at these houses. Look how Tartarian they are. That was the original doors. Those are the original doors. Look at a mud flood of 8 feet or more. Wow, it's incredible. This one is the same. And here, it's all along this road here is their Tartarian architecture. This is Tartarian. But then you see a transition at this point to more conventional post-Tartarian buildings. These were placed here after the flood, and you can see that the doors are at a normal level. Interesting how the architecture changes, isn't it? This is actually a really cool post. This is a really cool poster here. It says and so the big birthday bash. That's at Bullingdon, just around the corner. Bullingdon Arms. Yeah, not that I'm going to go to it. Now there's a fire burning over there at the end of the meadow. Now it's been like that now for 2 days. I wonder what the hell's going on. Maybe when we get closer we'll be able to have a look. I'm sure it's not a crashed UFO. Oh goodness no, we've already had one of those here. There we are. There's somebody with a bonfire over there, that's what it is. That's it, it's just somebody with a bonfire. Right guys, I don't know if you can hear this. I'm hearing lots of loud jet noises from aircraft, can you hear that? I don't know if you can see them. They're gone. But there's lots of rumbling noises, jets. Don't often hear that. I think what's happening is that the Americans are using British air bases, even though Starmer has said it's not happening. They're doing it without telling the people. Keir Starmer actually did an announcement saying that Americans would not be allowed to use any British assets in the attack on Iran. But here comes another. Can you hear that? It's quite quiet this time. I don't think this is because of the goodness of his heart. I think it was because he didn't want to lose the Muslim vote. Here comes another one. Hear it? See if you can see it. He's just scared of the Muslims voting green. That's why he said that. I've seen lots of loud rumbling aircraft noises for the last 2-3 minutes. And there's been photographs as well from other parts of the country of people seeing B-1 bombers flying overhead, supersonic American jet bombers. It's maybe what we're hearing now. Can you hear it? It's very loud now. Yeah. Watching us, watching you, watching them. Look out for me on Google Street, guys. Okay, something's going on. Something's going on at the far end of this wreck, and I think I've got a feeling it's got something to do with this, the new bike track. Yeah, definitely building something. This looks like they're building something here. No crashed UFO this time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 12 Greenwich Mean Time, or UTC, and in 2 minutes' time, at 12:22 UCT, roughly 2 minutes approximately. 3i Atlas will hit the moment of perigove. Perigove being the closest point of approach to the planet Jupiter, which is 220,000 miles, I believe it is. I'll be, when I do the studio section, I'll get you all the facts together. But basically, it is right on the hill radius. Now, obviously, I can't see anything, unfortunately, because the sky is too cloudy. There's a bit of blue sky over there. I don't know where Jupiter is. Let's face it, I mean, my mobile phone camera is not going to be able to see Jupiter very well. In fact, if you want to observe 3i Atlas now, you will need a very powerful telescope indeed. I mean, I don't know if anything's available on the amateur market for that. Maybe even Dobsonian powers. Telescope might not be able to see it. In fact, Avi Loeb published an article the other day saying 3i Atlas is disappearing. And in fact, it won't be long actually till it is not detectable by Earth-based telescopes. I don't know how long that'll be. Now, it's now coming up to. We've still got about a minute to go, but to 12:22. And now, according to Avi and according to many other people, and Dobsonian Power and many other 3i Atlasologists, there's a theory that when it hits the hill radius, 3i will actually either radically change velocity, or it may even drop off what Avi calls gadgets. That is small objects, technological objects, which will enter Jovian, the Jovian sphere of gravity, the system of moons and other things that orbit the planet Jupiter, or Jupiter, as Silky calls it. It's now 12. It's just come up. It's right on 12:22 now, which means it's happening at some point of this somewhere right now. 3i Atlas is at its closest point of approach to Jupiter. This is the point where it would happen, the perigove, the moment of perigove, which is now, this minute we're in now. Don't know the exact second, but it is sometime in the minute we're in now. I was going to do like maybe a visual live stream, like I did for MH370, if you remember, but I've got to work, I've got a job to do, so unfortunately, because I was at work at the very moment, which is now, this very moment, I mean, I'm sort of taking a little break now, especially between jobs, just so I can do this video, but I am still in the working day, and so I couldn't do a vigil. But what I have done, what I will be doing is I'll be doing a live stream tonight, and if you're watching this video, I'll play this video on the live stream. I won't bother making this a separate upload. I'll just play this video on the live stream. It's now 12:23, so we're past the minute when 3i Atlas has reached the closest point of approach to Jupiter. This means it's now past perigove, and what's happening now, I don't know. Is it slowing down? If so, we'll soon find out, because it's not. I don't think that's something that can be suppressed. There are too many telescopes. Someone's going to notice. I bet Dobsonian Power is looking at it right now, and it maybe it will be entering the Jupiter system as we speak. Or it's dropped something off and it's heading out into the solar system, out of the solar system, out into the galaxy, out into the deep space, and we'll never see it again. I don't know. What's happening is tomorrow it's going to come very close to Eupheme, which is one of the moons of Jupiter, so something might even happen then, I don't know. But we'll talk about it some more in the studio this evening during the live stream. But I just wanted to mark the occasion with a little video. And so just to say that I was there at the moment of perigove. Alright guys, it's about 12:50 UTC right now. It's interesting because it didn't actually occur to me, and it should have done. It's a very interesting, it's a very obvious fact that when 3i Atlas hit perigove, we wouldn't be able to see it. Even if you had a massive telescope, you wouldn't be able to see it. Because the Jupiter's currently, its distance from us means that it will take the speed of light about half an hour. And I don't know exactly. I think based on the last time I looked at the chart, the solar system chart, it could take the speed of light roughly, because it takes 8 minutes for the light to travel across 1 AU, the distance to the sun. The Jupiter's roughly probably about 3 or 4 times from that, so it's now about half an hour past perigove. So it's right about now that from the point of view of the Earth, we can actually see it. If you're looking now, you can see 3i Atlas hit perigove. At the time it actually happened, we were actually seeing it half an hour in the past. So we were actually seeing it like half an hour before it hit perigee, so it was just approaching perigee. It's weird to think about the speed of light, and the universe is so big that even the speed of light being so fast, you actually very rarely see, you don't see anything in real time. Even the moon, you're seeing a couple of seconds after actually everything happened. So it means you're looking at, when you look up into space, you're actually looking, it's kind of like a gateway to the past, rather than you're seeing, it's almost like a time machine. It's like a time vision rather than what's actually happening right now. So right now telescopes will be picking up roughly about now, the telescopes of the world will be picking up 3i Atlas as it hits the hill radius of Jupiter. So let's see what they happen. It'll be, if anything weird happens, it'll be in the news, so I'll find out soon. Okay, so the latest development, they now laid these little flags out, just like mini golf flags, to show you exactly the route that the path is going to take. Now, as I said on an earlier video, they've chosen to like completely cut down all these trees here and create a gap which is way too wide. Look, they could have left those ones standing, couldn't they? Why did they have to? It's only like about 8 feet wide. They cut down that one, these ones, all these ones at the side of it. What we suggest they do is they let the path run along this edge of the wreck there and use the existing gate. Then no trees would have to get cut down. But, well, you know what they say. You know, it's to err as human as individuals, but to fuck things up completely requires a council. Okay, the Bar Hale people are back, and I think they're putting in a new gate. They've been away for a few months since they finished all the digging here, and they filled in the hole and that, but they're actually attaching a new gate, if I look at things. It's just over there, because they've had this temporary gate there for the last few months. I think they're replacing it with a proper one. So that's good. As you can see, they've started building the cycle track. I'll get a closer shot for you later. And there you see what they're doing here. They're building this path here. It'll eventually go all the way along here. And this is the new cycle track. I don't know how they actually build these things. There's a skill to it, I'm sure. Well, as you can see, this path is coming along quite nicely. It's made a bit of progress since yesterday. Extended a few more 20 more feet, so yeah, they see they're laying the surface here and they're still digging it at the end here. They're just digging, so it's coming along nicely. This is the digging bit, you see, just here, and it carries on along here. You can see it's carrying on along here. They haven't done this bit yet, but they've got these fences up all along, and they're digging. They're just digging the turf up. Hey, out there! They're digging the turf up over here, as you can see, with that little digger. And eventually it'll come down here where these fences are, and through the fence. We've already seen this fence here from the other side. There's a strange tree over there. It's kind of like a half moon shape. Now it reminds me of one of the part of the garden decorations at Coral Castle. I don't know about that. I'm sure it's not a connection, it just looks a bit like that to me. Okay, I'm here with Lance Corporal, he's just pointed this out. Now these are everywhere. I think I did show you some earlier. But there is a Together Against the Far Right Together Alliance, and you may have seen this. Was it hope, love, we're for hope, we're for love, we're for unity? It's all very Orwellian, but yeah, basically there's a big thing on next Saturday in London where there's going to be a huge demonstration against evil white people being evil and things like that. And this guy's been everywhere. This I'm for Peace. I don't know who this is. I'm for Peace. I'm not sure.
I've seen him cycle around. He's the local in-man.
Oh right, I've seen loads and loads of stencils of this guy. I don't know who he is actually, but
he does look like stencils, doesn't it?
yeah, I don't know who he is exactly, but it's the I'm for Peace kind of like. He's a Muslim, I know. I don't know what exactly his thing is, but there's his website anyway. I'm for Peace. You can look it up. He's probably one of these Ahmadiyya people. You know, these Islamic kind of like millenarial kind of like apocalyptic people. You know, the Ahmadiyya community. I mentioned it in my apocalypse talk. Do you ever seen my apocalypse talk? Oh, it's been banned from YouTube. But it's there's this guy called Ahmad Guzman, who's supposedly the Mahdi, the guy who would herald in the second coming of Jesus.
Oh, Islam has
to do battle against Masih ad-Dajjal, the fake Messiah. And then there'll be like the Book of the Revelation kind of thing.
Islam has had about 10 of those people.
Oh, there's many through the years. In fact, the thing is, Guzman died in 1910, and the thing is, Jesus never came back during his lifetime. But that hasn't stopped the Ahmadiyya community from growing and having a very upmarket website and things like that. So, yeah, well, so this guy may be something similar. He may be like one of these Muslim apocalypse type people. I don't know. Here we get another one. You see, March Together for Love, Hope and Unity, togetheralliance.org. Here's another one. Someone's tried to rip that off, luckily. But what's this? The Undercover Hippie. Love music, hate racism. Oh. In other words, hate white people. Yeah. But then we have the Undercover Hippie, which is a good name for a band. But yeah, this was like the rock against racism in the 70s. You know, it's there we go. But anyway, this is everywhere now. An event to celebrate International Women's Day. Oh God. Globalising resistance to a sexist system hosted by the Socialist Workers' Party. Oh yeah. And it's the New Road Baptist Church. My goodness me, maybe they can save their souls while they're there. Just look at these chemtrails today. They're bloody awful. Some of the worst I've seen in ages. Don't know what that means for the weather. You can hardly see the sky. It's the 21st of March, by the way, if anyone wants to bookmark the date and see what you find out. It's right to the horizon, you see. Oh, there's chemtrails. There's something strange here. I'm at Iffley Lock, and they've got this post, this green thing that they've set up here. It looks suspiciously like a gallows. I don't know what it's doing now, what its purpose is. We'll find out. Okay, this is something I've not seen before. Just got to go up here at the Cowley Centre here, this little green bit. It's slightly, it looks quite old actually. I just don't often come this area this way, so I probably haven't seen it for a while. But I recognise the style of that face in particular. I recognise the style, and there's this image with a looks just great. There's a man or somebody with a sunflower instead of a head, and there's these other images along here. So it's almost like it's spelling out a word, but it looks like pots or looks like a jam jar there or something. Slightly covered by the ivy. I think it's quite old. There's these little spots there. See, a little bit of colour there. I recognise the style though. I've seen that face in particular. I've seen in other images that I've shown you in this project. It's taking shape. They're putting gravel down now. As you can see, the builders have started work on this part of the slope leading down here to where it joins with the main Meadow Lane path. They started work on that by digging up the tree roots. They've actually put a red tape around this tree here as well. I hope that doesn't mean they're going to cut it down too, because they've cut down enough trees now, I think. Okay, this is a meme I've seen across the sea, like the two-toe one. It says, I think it says the word negative, but the letter E and I are replaced by the numbers 3 and 1, which would kind of make the E, which resembles the number 3, inverted. Yeah, it's still readable. I don't know who creates these memes. It's like the quack meme, and as I said, the more recent two-toe one. See how many of these I can spot. See how many you spot if you're in Oxford. Okay, now I showed you this picture. Let's see if it'll focus. So a while ago, there's this one next to it, which is very nice. Why is it not focusing? Oh, come on, focus. Right, this is like this. I've not seen this. I think this is new. It's very nice. Some bird of prey there. Flowers and what's that on top? An eye, an all-seeing eye. But I showed you this a little while ago, and now we have here someone saying, please don't kill me and my babies. And that cow appears to be bleeding from its eyes, crying. Oh, that looks like blood. There's a pink cow there. Very psychedelic, a bit like Magic Roundabout. And it says methane, methane, methane. Oh God, methane. Please don't kill me and my babies. I don't know whether it's about climate change or vegetarianism or what, animal cruelty. I'm not sure what they're protesting here. We are just sort of a little addition to this mural. Sad sight, isn't it? All these trees gone. Yeah. Hello, how you doing? It's a shame, isn't it? This is an old one here, look. Yeah, that's lovely. That's a sad thing. You can see here that they've actually started working on the last bit between the existing Meadow Lane track and the new track. So that's what all those tree stumps are for. That's what they're all about. Looks like spiders now, doesn't it? This is, you see, they're working on the bit that connects Cavill Road to the wreck as well. So they're completing the ends now. Well, well, well. Look who's handsome and he knows it. That is the resident heron. Yeah, very smart. Oh, guys, look. I'm actually in the middle of filming my video called The ISIS Problems. You've probably already seen. And I said I'd break off and do like a little Oxford Graffiti video, or a little segment in the Oxford Graffiti video project. And indeed, there is some new stuff over here. They're actually painting some stuff, so I'll go and see what they're doing. I'm not going to film it now because it's a work in progress, but I'll come back and film it then. So I can't resist showing you a bit of this. Look, that's what they're doing there. There's their paints and stuff down there. And I've just been talking to them. They say it's going to be done by tomorrow, so I'll have to come back then. But this is actually fantastic. We actually caught them in action in the middle of doing a new mural. I've spoken to them briefly, and they just said things like, "Oh, we've just got a new mural. We're doing a new mural now." And they just said, "Come back tomorrow, it'll be done." Yeah, so that's fantastic. I mean, we may be one of the first people in Oxford to see it. Hey guys, we've got something new on this side of Donington Bridge. It's all the same over there, but we've got this gig honk. These are geese. Honk, honk, honk. There's a peace and love goose. This is all new. This is great. Swans. No more hens. You, sir, are quack. This is great. I didn't realise they'd done this. This is brilliant. Look. The crime is great in man or woman who steals a goose from a common, but surely it is a worse, what's that, abuse to steal the common from the goose. Yeah, there's the goose's eggs. The goose lays the golden eggs. Wow, look, this is great. Vote goose. This is brilliant. I love it. It's got a banjo. Flock off. Oh, someone's already put a bloody tag over it, isn't it? Have a gander. There's a king goose there. Oh, a Roman goose. Romanisti. Oh, this is from the Monty Python. Yeah, this is from Monty Python. Romane eunt domus. What? Conjugate the verb, but you must use the imperative. Romani ite domum. Yeah. And that there is a Roman numerals, which is 390 BC. All right. Wow, that's great. I've only just seen this. It's great. Oh, fantastic. Well done, whoever did this. Okay, it's the morning after the night before, and as you can see, they are still at it, so I'll leave them in peace. There we are. They're putting on the final layer now, see? There we are. Probably able to ride your bike down it soon. That's the machine they're using to make the tarmac, see? So as you can see, they're putting the tarmac in further up down the path, but they haven't actually done any more on the basics of this bit here. I think they're with all the tree stumps. I think maybe they're leaving the difficult bit until afterwards. Definitely. Oh, this there, they're getting rid of the tree stumps with that machine. That's how they're doing it. Okay, here's an example of pareidolia, guys. It looks like there's an old man in a picture on that particular piece of equipment, that exercise equipment. If I go closer, do you see the old man? He's sort of hunched over to the left. He's got like a beard, wearing some kind of suit. You go closer and you find out that's actually not the case. He's nothing of the sort. It's just like a random patterns on here. I've said this many times. The thing about pareidolia is that it's essentially the idea that your brain sees organised things in random patterns. So you see an organised image in a random cloud. You see what looks like a teddy bear or a face in a cloud. Very often it's faces, because it's all part of our brain's programming to see faces. And skeptics will say, well, that's what accounts for all kinds of strange phenomena, including apophenia, which is like audio pareidolia for EVP and stuff like this. You think you're hearing voices, but it's just random noise and your brain interprets them as voices. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The problem with this is that is essentially an unfalsifiable hypothesis. It's because there's no cut-off point, there's no statistical ceiling above which the skeptic will stop saying that. So anything can be a coincidence. It's like the general coincidence theory idea. Yeah, everything's a coincidence because there's nothing physically possible in this world that's so unlikely that you could just say that will never happen. Nothing. Therefore, if you can, all you have to do is imagine things. Use the clown's day off fallacy to imagine a non-ET or non-woo-woo thing. And it wins by default because it doesn't involve those phenomena through some principle the skeptic never explains. And the pareidolia theory is like that. The pareidolia theory says that well, everything you think is weird is just random noise, or random shapes, or just random patterns in raindrops on a window, wood knots on a plank, things like that, shapes in the clouds, like I said. Now, therefore, this is the problem, because then you could, if ever you're caught in a corner by a skeptic who says this, just reply, okay, well, is the Sistine Chapel mural just random? He says, no, it's painted by Michelangelo. And he says, well, what if you didn't know who it was painted by and you just saw it? Would you say that's random? No, you see, because there's little cherubs, bits of blue ribbon, and there's like there's hands of God and things like that. He says, well, how do you know that's not just your brain making that up? And then, see, Michelangelo, he might have just got angry one day and kicked some paint pots around, decided he liked the pattern and decided to keep it. See, and then somebody walked in and said, nice painting, Mike, and he said, oh, I'll keep it then. See, until the skeptic actually declares where that cut-off point is, where that statistical ceiling is, we need to get together and have some kind of summit where we all agree on this. It just becomes a get-out-of-jail-free card. And that's why I criticise skeptics whenever they say, oh, coincidence, pareidolia, etc. Even though in the case I've just given you, the example I've just given you, it's true. Alright, guys and gals, we're now approaching the Donington bypass bridge, and the artists have now finished. They took a bit longer than they said they were going to, but they have now finished, and so we're going to get our first look at what they've created. Do you remember the other day? It was actually when I was filming the ISIS run, and we have here. Oh, let's have a look. Something green. Oh my God! It's like a little wooded thing. Oh my! Hey, my God! It's like these little. There's a balloon. There's a bridge, greenery, forest, a little village. It's on like a little island in the sea. Oh, look! There's another one there. Or is it in the sea, or is it in the clouds? Is it floating in the clouds? And there's little pathways and bridges. My God, that's great. That's great. Look, I think they're floating in the sky. There's birds below them, you see. Oh, lovely. Old style buildings, there's like Tudor, Tudor. Is it a Tudor sort of like wall? Yeah. There's a boat actually moored under the bridge at the moment, and there's like a castle or like a palace. That's great. Look, and there's a little birdie there. I think it's a house martin, that bird. I know we used to have some nesting in our roofs when I was a kid. There's like a garden there. See, look, there's a maze. I'd like to live in a little island floating in the sky, wouldn't you? There's another castle on. Oh, like another balloon. Don't know what that is. Well, now this here is just like, it looks like just an abstract piece of tessellation of different colours and lines. Oh man, I've got to be careful I don't fall in the river while I'm admiring the artwork. Beautiful. Zim. There's this tag there. Zimmel. Is that the artist? Well done, Zimmel. Good work. Beautiful. Let's go around. Have they done anything around the back? Because the back hasn't really changed for quite a long time. Let's have a look. Oh, this is new, is it? This is new. Yeah, that's definitely new, that bit. I like that little tetrahedron there. That looks like it's prepared for something else. So it was painted over as to be blank. And then what's up here? That was there earlier, I think. But they got rid of the zombie. Do you remember the zombie face was there? They got rid of it. So I can't tell. I think this is like, yeah, these illuminated letters have been painted over. So they've been painted over what was there before, but they haven't actually put a new thing on there. So that basic was there before. So yeah, very good work there. Beautiful new piece here at the Donington or Rosehill or wherever it is bridge, bypass bridge. Come round here and have another look. Yeah. Very good. Okay, welcome to the Redbridge subway. We're back here again. Let's just see what's here. And it says here, never ready, with like a little halo there. There's lots of illuminated text here, which I don't think was there before in this tunnel, in the first tunnel here. What's that say? Snoke proof. There's these like lines going up here. That's an amazing like dynamic image there. Look at that. What is that? Some strange figure there. More illuminated text on this side. And there's it's a panda smoking something or vaping something. I think they're smoking a spliff or something. Yeah. And on this side, that's very good. There's the tag. On this side, wow, that's good. This is all new, by the way. This is new. This wasn't here last time, I'm sure. Amazing, colourful figure there with it's got a flower on her face. 7th pencil. More illuminated text. Oh, so that's just a poster. That's a flyer for this. Oh, that anti-white thing. Love is back. Yeah. I think that's someone's tagged over that. And that's some more illuminated text. I like that. Very Salvador Dali. You've got these little dick pics on the ceiling. The ceiling is where the plebs scrawl, I think. Anyway, that's the first tunnel here at Redbridge. I'll just see what's on the side here. Not sure what that. It seems there was an image there which I think someone's like scrawled over or put that text, the illuminated lettering over. Maybe it's in a previous video. I hope I did catch it. And there's the xenomorph of Alien. Yeah, very good. That might be. I think that might be the face hugger from Alien. And there's some. I don't know what that means there. Okay, here's the second tunnel at Redbridge subway, and we have here Dump Trump. A year ago I'd have said shut up. Now I think yeah. Great. This illuminating lettering looks like same style as what was on the other tunnel. More Dump Trumps. And here we have some more. And it's on the ceiling this time. But we have here this. And it says here Vimto. That red thing now. Was that there before? I think some of this might have been there before. I'm not sure. We'll have a look. Wow. That is, of course, from Stranger Things. Amazing. It's like it's breaking through from the upside down into our world. And look at that octopus. That's great. That's lovely. That is. You can probably see it better than I can, actually, because the camera's adjusting better to the lighting level than my eyes are. And there's like a knight in shining armour. That's good. That is good shading on that. That was there last time, I think, on that cab. And here we have that face there with the little sticks there. That looks incomplete. I think that might have been left unfinished. But yeah, it's like the eyes are like a hole. You can see something behind it. I think that might be what was there before. Actually, that was what was on the wall before. On this side we have there's that little skull there in that thing. It's almost like an AI image, like a robot of some kind. Although these are done by people, obviously you can't. No, there's no robots can make these on the wall. Real artists come and do these. More text, illuminated lettering. LRS, VLK. Don't know what that means. That's tags and then just this illuminated lettering. Very nice. Very good indeed. Finally, there's the third tunnel here at Redbridge. I think that was there before. That was like the Rancor monster from the Return of the Jedi. I can't remember if that was there before. Yeah, these were here before, I think. I remember that fish. But anyway, you guys, you viewers, probably know better than I do. Big body. Someone saw me coming. Now that tunnel rats, was that there before? I can't remember. And there's a little that figure there with a robot head. More letter in there on the ceiling for you. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man there from Ghostbusters, and it looks like the figure. That looks like the Iron Man. Do you remember that little cartoon, the Iron Man? Looks like the figure from that. It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Evil Snowman there. More illuminated lettering, and Scooby-Doo. Sykes, Sykes. Yeah. Shaggy, Scooby, and I forgot what that one's called. And there's Fred. There's someone missing. It's Thelma, the lesbian. She's not in it. Why haven't they got Thelma? She was like the sort of skeptic brain box one of the team, wasn't she? If you remember. Surely I'm not the only one old enough to remember that series. So that's the third tunnel, and so lots of nice, interesting designs here at Redbridge. So thank you once again to the artists. Good work. Okay, there's a few insults here. This is the Rose Hill subway. There's nothing new here except these images were here before. You have no choice. I like that. The whole vaccine thing's gone, but this original image has been covered over by tags and illuminated letters, and so it has on this side as well, which is a shame. And you can see here this amazing like thing here. This amazing like sketch here has been covered over by tags. This is one's here. There's the joke. Ferns. I think that one was at the other subway. So how sad. But there you go. These are always temporary things. They're not sacred cows. And this is all. Everything here is still the same. So there's nothing new at the Rose Hill subway apart from that. That was Oxford Graffiti 16. Yeah, I'm enjoying these videos. They're pretty good. It's not just about graffiti, of course. It's about all kinds of things that's come to my mind and come to my attention when I'm here in Oxford. So yeah, tune in for the next video. There'll be another one as soon as I've gathered enough data, enough material for the next one. So take it easy. Hospital Porters, pride and dignity. Stop the New World Order.